Folks, this is Payne. I've had a lot of people asking me how I make the belts, so I decided I'm going to make a little movie and show you. Now, it's going to be jumpy because, well, I only don't have a very good digital camera, video camera yet. Um, so, I'm going to do it from here. Okay, first thing I do is obviously start with a new canvas, Control N. Now, I've made a preset that I've called Belt. I don't know if you can see it. I'll zoom in for you here. It's a little foggy. It doesn't really matter. It just says Belt. It's 800 pixels by 400 pixels, and that's where I started out. Background contents of white. Okay, that gives me my canvas to work on here. And okay, um, next I type U for the line tool. D for default colors, and I make it at 1 pixel. You can't see it, but it's up here, up there. 1 pixel thick, and I make a center point. So at 400 pixels, I have rulers on, set up pixels. So now I hold the shift button down and make a line right down the center. Do the same thing at 200 pixels high. Hold the shift button down. That gives me a center point. That'll make all my belts centered. Now right click, rasterize the layer. Gives me that. Now the background layer I actually turn into a layer. I don't know why. I just like doing it so it's not locked, so if I have to do something with it, I can. Next, I take the only pre-made thing I really use. Well, I made this before. That's the strap. That's the strap of the belt right there, which is a picture I took of an actual piece of an actual belt, multiplied it, textured it, beveled it, and made it look pretty. So I Control A, Control C that, minimize that because I don't need it anymore. And I Control V to paste 2 of them. You can't see over there, but I've got 2 of them. Okay? Now I just leave that alone because we're not going to need it anymore. Now I'm going to create the Burning Hammer tag team titles. No. Junior title. Another thing I do, by the way, is the open weight championship. I have TEW open onto the edit screen and the edit title file, so I know what title I'm working on. So I'm working on the Burning Openweight Championship. Okay. So how I'm going to do this is up here in my swatches, I have a number of golds, or gold tinted hues I use. This one we're going to make a nice bright gold. Okay. So now that I've got that, what am I going to do here? See, now this is the hardest part of designing a belt, is trying to figure out what it's going to be. Actually, I think I know it. Okay, let's try something here. Go to the select ellipse tool with the color of the gold that I'm going to use. I just make a circle. That's a really crappy color, I think. So we're going to do a different color. I just got to find the color I want. A nice dark gold. Let's work with that. Okay, now press M to go to the rectangular marquee tool, and Control T so I can make it the size I want. I put it up in the corner here. I've got it snapped to layers, and since this is 0 and 0, I could measure it properly. I usually make them about 300 wide, 300 pixels wide, by as tall as I want to make it. I'm going to make this 200. Okay, and I'll put it back in the center. Hit Enter. Right click, rasterize layer. That gives me there's the buckle. But I'm smoking too, so I don't care. That's not all I'm going to do. I'm not just going to make a spoon like this, so I'm going to make another shape. Not that. Control D. Okay, hit U again, make my circle. Okay, there we go. M for the marquee. Free transform. And this time I'm going to make this one, because I'm going to have this a bulge up here. So yeah, let's try that. Now I got to rasterize the layer, see how it looks there. Okay, now I'm going to go over here. I kind of like the top part. So I'm going to drag it down to duplicate layer. And with that, Control T, and just move it down. So I've got this kind of design. Okay, I'm going to put that right half there. And then the other one, the top one, I'm going to move down so it's right at the half there too. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Okay. Now I'm going to control the top layer here. See the top layer there. I'm going to control E twice. So I've got the whole shape. So now control and click on the picture in the layers. Press control and click on that. And what that will do, will highlight the entire shape I've got. And I'm going to add a new layer by pressing the Create New Layer button. And then I'm going to click Edit, Stroke. I've got the stroke menu up. I do 5 pixels inside. Okay, now that's on a new layer. You can't see it right now, obviously, but you will in a second, because I'm going to go to Blending Options, Bevel and Emboss. As you can see, I've got a nice little outline for it, and that makes it look a little more realistic. Now, I click on the bottom shape again. Select, Modify, Contract by 5 pixels. Select Inverse, Delete, and then Control D to deselect. So what that leaves me with now is a shortened version of the original shape. Now with that, I blend and emboss, bevel and emboss that, and now it gives me that nice pillowed surface. And this is pretty standard what I do on all the titles to give them a 3D, three-dimensional look. Next, I kind of got to figure out what the design's going to be for the Openweight Championship. Okay, next, let's just check something else out. See if we can find something cool. Now I'm going to Control O, and these are all the pictures I've downloaded for various things, for the graphics I do, or for the belts I do. Got it all set up in all sorts of different crazy things. The PSDs, these are all PSD files that I've kind of taken apart. I'm going to look at banners here. I'm going to see if I have any other ones, because I got new ones. Banners here. Yeah, I think we need to use this one. Now here, I just downloaded, this is clip art I downloaded. Just makes life a little bit easier for doing all this stuff. Now I'm going to go to the magic eraser tool, and I set it on a pretty high. I have it on 40 tolerance, and that limits pretty much the background. And I'm going to take this one, because I kind of dig that banner. So Control C it there. Go back to the belt, Control V, and now I've got a banner. Okay, well, but I've also got a little bit extra white I don't want, so I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. Now, go out. Now I've got a nice little banner I like. And now I'm going to work with the banner. Okay, I'm going to look around my camera here. That'll fit nicely there. but it's really too small, too thin to do any with, so Control T.